Welcome to Study Civil Tech channel. This is 11th video series of interview questions. I have already uploaded 10 video, that means 50 questions. Including today's video, it will become 55 questions. I have also given the link of the previous video in the description of the today's video. From there you can see the previous video. If you feel that this video is helpful for you, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So let us start for today's session. Question number first, 51. What is name of operators used for soundness test of cement? Soundness test of cement may be determined by two methods. First is Leach Atelier methods and second is autoclave method. These two methods are used for the soundness test of cement. Next question, question number 52. What is segregation? Segregation can be defined as separation of constituent materials of concrete. A good concrete is one in which all the ingredients are properly distributed to make a homogeneous mixtures. If a sample of concrete exhibits a tendency for separation of, say, coarse aggregate from rest of ingredient, then the sample is said to be showing a tendency of segregation. Such concrete is not only going to be weak, lack of homogeneity is also going to induce an undesirable property in hardened concrete. There are the considerable differences in sizes and specific gravities of the constituent ingredients of the concrete. Therefore, it is natural that the material shows a tendency to fall apart. Segregation can be of three types. Firstly, the coarse aggregate separating out or settling down from the rest of the matrix. Secondly, the paste matrix which is separating away from coarse aggregate. And thirdly, water which is separating out from the rest of materials being a material of lowest specific gravity. Basically, if a good concrete, then the ingredient of that concrete is properly distributed, make a homogeneous mixtures. But due to segregation, they get separate out from coarse aggregate from rest of the matrix or concrete matrix. And due to lowest specific gravity, water get separated out from the rest of materials, and fine aggregate also gets separated out, and this makes the concrete as the weak concrete, and lack of homogeneity also found in the hardened concrete. Next question, question number 43. What is lattice? What is lattice? Lattice is due to bleeding. Water comes up and accumulates at the surface. Sometimes along with this water, certain quantity of cement also comes to the surface. When the surface is worked off with the trowel and floats, the aggregate goes down and cement and water come up to the top surface. This information, this formation cement paste at the surface is known as lattice. Basically, latency is due to bleeding. Due to bleeding, water get separate out from the different constituent, and get and come out at the surface. And when the work is done with the trowel and floats, and due to the sometimes during the bleeding, when water comes to the surface, cement also come at the surface. And when work done with the trowel and floats, aggregate goes down and cement and water comes up to the top surface. This formation of cement paste at the surface is known as lattice. Question number 54. What are the different situations in which lead chatelier and autoclave method used for sound test? First of all, for lead chatelier detects unsoundness due to free lime only. This meteoric testing does not indicate the presence and after effect of the excessive magnesia. As per Indian standard specification, if the content of magnesia is greater than 3% in semen, then autoclave test is performed, which is sensitive to both lime and magnesia. Basically, autoclave test performed for in case of both presence of both such as lime and magnesia. And Lee Chatelier operator cannot perform with excess of magnesia. In presence of excess of magnesia, Lee Chatelier cannot be performed. Last question, question number 55. What is bleeding? Bleeding is sometimes referred as a water gain. It is a particular form of segregation in which some of the water from the concrete comes out to the surface of the concrete, being of the lowest specific gravity among all the ingredients of concrete. Bleeding is predominantly observed in a highly wet mix, badly proportioned and insufficiently mixed concrete. In thin members like roof slabs or road slabs, when concrete is placed in sunny weather, so the excessive bleeding. Basically, bleeding is a form of segregation in which water from the concrete comes out at the surface of the concrete, being the lowest specific gravity among all ingredients of concrete. Bleeding, excessive bleeding occur in case of concrete when placed in the sunny weather, like a roof slab and road slab construction. Thank you for watching. If you feel that this video is helpful for you, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.